Now, let us see some adjustments. There are some balances, there are some business transactions which happens after the preparation of balance sheets. But yes, we need to record them. There are certain adjustments which are meant to be done after 31st of March. So we need to adjust those entries. Now let us take the first example. Depreciation. What is depreciation? जब हम किसी एसेट को यूज़ करते हैं तो यूज़ करने से उसमें कुछ घिसावट होती है. इस घिसावट की वजह से हमारी एसेट की वैल्यू कम हो जाती है. तो उसकी वैल्यू को कम करने के लिए हम जो अकाउंट क्रिएट करते हैं उसका नाम है डेप्रिसिएशन. नाउ सी, if the word depreciation is written in the trial balance, then depreciation will be debited to profit and loss account. Why? Because depreciation is an expenditure. अगर expenditure है, खर्चा है, nominal account है, as per rule all expenses and losses needs to be debited. इसलिए depreciation को प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में डेबिट कर दें. बैलेंस शीट में इसकी कोई एंट्री नहीं होगी बिकॉज जो आइटम ट्रायल बैलेंस में दी जाती है, ट्रायल बैलेंस के अंदर दी जाती है, उसके सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही एडजस्टमेंट होनी होती है. नाउ लेट अस सी व्हेन द डेप्रिसिएशन is given outside the trial balance. So when the depreciation is given outside the trial balance, it requires two adjustments. Now two adjustment, first will be depreciation because it is our expenditure as we have discussed in previous slide. So we will be recording the amount of depreciation on the debit side of profit and loss account. So we will be writing to depreciation and the amount with which the asset has been depreciated. Second adjustment, on the balance sheet side, we need to deduct the amount of depreciation from the asset. कौन सी asset? जिस asset के लिए हम depreciation charge कर रहे हैं. So अगर asset हमारी land है, land को depreciate करें. अगर एसेट हमारी बिल्डिंग है, बिल्डिंग को डेप्रिशिएट करें. अगर मशीनरी है तो मशीनरी को डेप्रिशिएट करें. जिस तरह की भी डेप्रिसिएशन हमसे पूछी गई है, हमने वो डेप्रिसिएशन उसी एसेट में से लेस कर देनी है. सो इसकी सेकेंड एंट्री, सेकेंड एडजस्टमेंट कहाँ पे होगी? बैलेंस शीट में. सो ऑन द एसेट साइड वी विल बी डिडक्टिंग द अमाउंट ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन from the asset and net asset amount will be shown in the amount column. Let us take another entry. Appreciation. Sometimes it happens that we need to appreciate some of our assets because the market value may be too high than the recorded value. So if the appreciation amount is given in the trial balance, then there will be one adjustment. As we know, appreciation will be the gain with respect to asset, and if it is the gain, P&L being a nominal account, rule will say debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So what is appreciation? Appreciation is a gain. That is why we will be recording appreciation on the credit side of profit and loss account. When the item is given in the trial balance, there will be no second adjustment, and if there is no second adjustment, we won't be writing any amount in the balance sheet. Now let us consider a case when appreciation is given outside the trial balance. There will be two entries. One being the credit side of the profit and loss account because it is gain as we have discussed in the previous slide, and second will be like we deducted the depreciation because वो asset में घिसावट हो गया था. और in case of appreciation we are going to add the amount of appreciation in our asset. तो हम इतनी amount से अपनी asset को बढ़ा देंगे और amount column में टोटल एसेट का शो कर देंगे। अब एप्रिसिएशन हुआ तो एसेट की अमाउंट बढ़ गई, एसेट एड एप्रिसिएशन टोटल कम्स टू जो भी रहता है हमारा वो हम अमाउंट कॉलम में शो कर देते हैं। अनदर एंट्री आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंसेस। Now outstanding expenses means the expenses which are due but has not been paid by us। हमारे बिजनेस ने कुछ ऐसे खर्चे जो कि कर लिए हैं बट अभी उसकी पेमेंट नहीं की है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल जिस बिल्डिंग में बिजनेस हम चला रहे हैं वो बिल्डिंग मान लीजिए अगर रेंट पे हो, किराए पे ली हुई है। अगर किराए पे बिल्डिंग ली है तो किराया हमने 31 मार्च वाला किराया 31 मार्च से पहले पे करना होता है। मान लीजिए हमारा रूल कुछ ऐसा है 31 मार्च के बाद हम किराया पे करते हैं, मंथ का किराया मंथ की कंप्लीशन के बाद पे करते हैं। तो अगर बाद पे करते हैं खर्चा तो हमने कर लिया, अमाउंट तो ड्यू हो ही गई बट अभी हमने पे नहीं की, तो पे नहीं की वो अमाउंट हमारा outstanding expenses बन गया। Now see, if the amount is given in the trial balance, then we are going to show it as a part of liability in the balance sheet। वो हमारा अभी कर्जा है, liability है जिसको हमने वापस से पे करना है। So there will be no entry in profit and loss account because प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में हम नॉमिनल अकाउंट्स यानी कि खर्चे लिखते हैं। तो वो खर्चा जो हो गया लेकिन अभी पे नहीं किया है, सो पे नहीं किया है वो हमारी लायबिलिटी है। अगर रेंट हम पे कर चुके होते तो रेंट हमारा एक्सपेंस होता और एज पर नॉमिनल अकाउंट रूल एक्सपेंस को हम P&L अकाउंट में डेबिट करते, बट यहाँ पे ये एक्सपेंस पे नहीं हुआ है, अभी हमने लाइबिलिटी इनकर कर ली है। सो द लाइबिलिटी विच हैज बीन इनकर्ड विल बी शोन एज अ लाइबिलिटी इन द बैलेंस शीट ओनली। नाउ सी, इफ आउटस्टैंडिंग एक्सपेंडिचर इज गिवन at the end of the trial balance, means it is given outside the trial balance, then there will be how many adjustments? Yes, there will be two adjustments. One will be on the debit side of profit and loss account and second will be shown as the liability. So when treating it as a part of profit and loss account, it will be added to the expenditure. Suppose we are talking of rent. अगर हमारा ये एक्सपेंडिचर रेंट है तो रेंट नॉमिनल अकाउंट प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस में शो करेंगे और आउटस्टैंडिंग रेंट हम उसी रेंट में ऐड कर देंगे। सो हमारी प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में क्या हम शो करेंगे? रेंट एड आउटस्टैंडिंग रेंट एंड टोटल अमाउंट विल कम इन द अमाउंट कॉलम ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट। सिमिलरली क्योंकि अभी हमने ये रेंट पे नहीं किया है, इट इज द लाइबिलिटी ऑफ द बिजनेस, दैट इज व्हाई सेकेंड एंट्री विल बी ऑन द लाइबिलिटी साइड ऑफ बैलेंस शीट as liabilities. Prepaid expenses. It is also known as unexpired expenses. Now see, if the prepaid expenses or unexpired expenses are shown in the trial balance, then there will be only one adjustment. So there will be no adjustment in profit and loss account, but yes, in balance sheet, because we have paid some expenses in advance, it becomes our right to enjoy those expenses in a coming time frame. That is why we will treat prepaid expenditure as an asset of the business. और क्योंकि अगर ये हमारी asset है, हम इसको balance sheet में asset side में show करेंगे. If the amount of prepaid expenditure is given outside the trial balance, then there will be two adjustments. So पहली एडजस्टमेंट तो इट्स वेरी क्लियर, बैलेंस शीट में एसेट साइड पे रिकॉर्ड होनी है जो अभी हमने पिछली स्लाइड में डिस्कस किया, और दूसरी एडजस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर के टोटल अमाउंट से प्रीपेड एक्सपेंडिचर हम डिडक्ट कर देंगे एंड नेट अमाउंट विल बी शोन इन द अमाउंट कॉलम. So profit and loss account as per nominal account, expenditure will be written on the debit side because it is prepaid expenditure. So the amount will be deducted from the expenditure. हम अपना total expenditure इस साल का जितना है एग्जैक्टली उसी को शो करने के लिए जो अगले साल का एक्सपेंडिचर हमने एडवांस में दे दिया है, प्री पे कर दिया है, इस साल के खर्चे में से उसको डिडक्ट कर लेंगे. तभी तो एग्जैक्टली हमारे पास आएगा कि इस साल हमने क्या खर्चे एग्जैक्टली किए, एक्चुअली किए. जैसे डू यू रिमेंबर द रूल्स विच वी हैव स्टडीड अर्लियर? वो रूल्स कहते थे इस साल का खर्चा सिर्फ इस साल में रिकॉग्नाइज कीजिए. अगर आपने एडिशनल खर्चा किया है जो इस साल का खर्चा नहीं है या इनकम नहीं है तो उसको आप टोटल खर्चों में से या टोटल इनकम में से एज पर द केस आप उसको डिडक्ट कर देंगे. सो हमारे पास जो नेट अमाउंट बचेगा वो होगा इस साल का एक्चुअल खर्चा. एक्रूड इनकम, इनकम ड्यू बट नॉट येट रिसीव्ड. सपोज हमने अपनी बिल्डिंग का एक फ्लैट किसी को रेंट पे दिया है, एक फ्लोर किसी को रेंट पे दिया है. अब जब हम उसको रेंट पे दे देते हैं और 31 मार्च को वो रेंट हमारे पास आ जाना चाहिए, किसी कारणवश वो रेंट हमने 31 मार्च को रिसीव नहीं किया और वो रेंट हम रिसीव कर रहे हैं अप्रैल में. सो इनकम तो एक्रू हो गई, इनकम तो हमारी बनती थी, बट हमने वो इनकम रिसीव नहीं की. सो इफ द अमाउंट इज गिवन इन द ट्रायल बैलेंस देन इट विल बी शोन एज एसेट इन द बैलेंस शीट. क्योंकि वो इनकम पे हमारा हक है, वो हमारी एसेट है, हमने उसको रिसीव करना है. सो अगर करना है, एसेट बनाना है तो बैलेंस शीट की एसेट साइड पे जाके एक्रूड इनकम के नाम से हम उसको लिख देंगे. एक्रूड इनकम, इफ द अमाउंट इज शोन outside the trial balance then there will be two adjustment. One, as it is very clear, one adjustment will be in the balance sheet as accrued income and second adjustment will take place in the profit and loss account. So जब हम क्रेडिट साइड पे इनकम लिख रहे हैं एज पर नॉमिनल अकाउंट रूल, इनकम को क्रेडिट साइड पे लिख रहे हैं तो जो इनकम एक्रू हो गई है, अभी मिली नहीं है लेकिन इस साल में मिलनी चाहिए थी, तो इस साल की टोटल इनकम हमें बढ़ानी होगी, इंक्रीज करनी होगी. इसलिए एक्रूड इनकम का अमाउंट इनकम में हम लिख देंगे. सो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट की क्रेडिट साइड पे ये इनकम हमारी इनकम एड एक्रूड इनकम के टोटल अमाउंट के साथ शो हो जाएगी. इनकम received in advance. Now again there are two things. If it is given in the trial balance, second case if it is given outside the trial balance. So income which is received in advance means that the income is not of this period but it may be for the coming period. बट हमें तो अपने अकाउंट्स 31 मार्च को क्लोज करने थे, इनकम हमने पहले ले ली, एडवांस इनकम के तौर पे ले ली, सर्विसेज अभी दी नहीं, तो जो इनकम हमने एडवांस ले ली है वो इस साल की इनकम नहीं है. तो इस साल की इनकम नहीं है, इसका मतलब अभी हमारे ऊपर लायबिलिटी बन जाती है कि हमने ये इनकम जो पहले एंजॉय कर ली उसकी सर्विसेज अभी प्रोवाइड करना बाकी है. सो दैट इज व्हाई वी आर गोइंग टू शो इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस एज अ पार्ट ऑफ liability in the balance sheet. Now see, if income received in advance is given outside the trial balance, फिर जो बैलेंस शीट में एडजस्टमेंट हमने की वो तो वही रहेगी, लेकिन जो इसकी दूसरी एडजस्टमेंट है उससे हम क्या करेंगे, हमारा मीनिंग क्या बनता है. टोटल इनकम में कुछ ऐसी इनकम है जो हमने एडवांस में ले ली जो इस साल की नहीं बनती, और प्रिंसिपल ऑफ राइटिंग फाइनल अकाउंट्स क्या कहते हैं, जो इस साल का नहीं है उसको आपको इस साल में शो करने का कोई हक नहीं है। सो जब कोई हक नहीं है तो टोटल इनकम में जो ये अमाउंट ऑलरेडी एडेड है उसको हम टोटल इनकम से ही लेस कर देंगे। सो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट की क्रेडिट साइड पे इनकम लिख के, इनकम का अमाउंट लिख के उसमें से हम लेस करेंगे इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस। सो whatever the amount is left will be shown in the amount column. Interest on capital. Now see, what is interest on capital? The person who has parted with his money and has given that money to the business so that the business can be conducted. That person has a right to earn some sort of interest income on the कैपिटल। और अगर उसका और उसके बिजनेस का आपस में टाई अप है कि बिजनेस उसको इंटरेस्ट पे करेगा, तो अगर बिजनेस उसको इंटरेस्ट पे करेगा तो बिजनेस का क्या हो गया, ये खर्चा। नाउ अगेन देयर आर टू थिंग्स, इफ the amount is given in the trial balance. Secondly, if the amount is not given in the trial balance but is given outside the trial balance. So let us see what is the nature of this particular account. Interest on capital means expenditure. If it is an expenditure, then it needs to be shown in the profit and loss account, which is a nominal account. So as per the rule of nominal account, interest on capital is the expenditure which will be shown on the debit side of profit and loss account. So we will be writing to interest on capital in the profit and loss account, and amount will be added to amount column. There will be no other entry because the amount is given in the trial balance. Case 2. When amount is given outside the trial balance, then obviously there will be two entries. One entry we have already discussed, that it will be shown as a part of profit and loss account on the debit side, and second entry because the liability of the business will be increased and it is related to capital. So we will be simply increasing the balance of the capital, meaning thereby that liability of the business will be increased. So here in the capital column we are going to add interest on capital, and net balance will be shown in the amount column. Closing stock. If closing stock is given in the trial balance, then there will be one entry, closing stock being the asset of the business because the stock is lying in the business. So we are going to show closing stock as asset in the balance sheet. So in the asset column we will be writing closing stock and amount will be written in amount column. Now see, when closing stock is given outside the trial balance, it means there will be two entries. Remember cost of goods account rule. According to that, trading account will show closing stock on the credit side. जैसे कुछ सामान हमने जो बनाया, कुछ खरीदा, उसमें से कुछ तो हमने बेच दिया, इसलिए जो बेचा हुआ अमाउंट था वो क्रेडिट साइड पे आया। सो कुछ स्टॉक अभी हमारे पास पड़ा है, तो जो स्टॉक हमारे पास पड़ा है वो ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में क्रेडिट साइड पे शो हो जाएगा। तो हम इसको कैसे लिखेंगे, बाय क्लोजिंग स्टॉक। अमाउंट के कॉलम में अमाउंट लिख दीजिए। बैलेंस शीट वाला एंट्री हम पहली स्लाइड में डिस्कस कर चुके। क्लोजिंग स्टॉक will be shown as an asset of the business in the balance sheet on the asset side, and amount will be written on the amount column. Interest on drawings. If business is having liability to pay interest on capital, it has all sorts of right to charge interest on drawings also. So again there are two cases. If interest on drawings is shown in the trial balance, case 2. If interest on drawings is shown outside the trial balance. If it is shown inside the trial balance, then because interest on drawings will be charged by the business is the income of the business, and as per the nominal account rule, it should be shown on the credit side. So in the profit and loss account, on the credit side, we will be writing by interest on drawings, and amount will be written in the amount column. Second entry in the balance sheet, interest on drawing is what the business is going to charge. We will be deducting the capital introduced by the person in the business. So on the liability side, if the interest on capital has also been charged, then your entry will be capital add interest on capital less interest on drawings. Or if we have written the drawings in the liability side under the heading capital, then interest on drawings will be added to the drawing, and drawing plus interest on drawing in combination will be deducted from the capital of the person. Bad debts. Now what is bad debts? बैड डेट्स का मतलब है वो पैसा जो हमने डेटर से लेना था, बट किन्हीं कारणों की वजह से हम डेटर से वो पैसा नहीं ले पाए और हमें कोई उम्मीद भी नहीं है कि हमें ये पैसा वापस मिल जाएगा. सो व्हाट इज बैड डेट? Bad debt are the losses for the business, and according to the rule of nominal account, all losses are supposed to be shown on the debit side. So in P&L account, we are going to show bad debts on the debit side. We will be writing two bad debts, and in the amount column, we will be putting the amount of bad debts. There will be no entry in the balance sheet. Now, we know that normally it happens that 10% of the debtor becomes bad, or say 2% of the debtor becomes bad every year. Depending upon our past experiences, we observe that 1% or 2%, or as per the observation, some of the debtors become bad. When debtors become bad, it means that these debtors are not going to be realized, and we know that it is going to happen. So we will be creating some sorts of provision ताकि अगर हमें लॉस हो तो बहुत ज़्यादा लॉस नहीं हो जाए. सो अगर प्रोविजन क्रिएट करना है, ऑल प्रोविजंस विल बी गिवन आउटसाइड द ट्रायल बैलेंस, एंड इफ सम आर गिवन इनसाइड द ट्रायल बैलेंस, देन देयर विल बी अ सेपरेट केस. नाउ लेट अस टेक द केस when bad debt provisions are shown outside the trial balance. So the first thing is, it is being a provision for the bad debt, it is a provision for the loss, and all loss provisions will be shown as per nominal account in the debit side of the profit and loss account. So here bad debts will be adding up provision for bad debts. हम bad debts में bad debt provision ऐड कर देंगे और टोटल अमाउंट हम अमाउंट कॉलम में लिख देंगे. एंड सेकेंड एंट्री विल बी, हम इतने ही अमाउंट से डेटर्स पहले से ही रिड्यूस करके चलेंगे. सो ऑन द एसेट साइड where we will be writing debtors, we are going to simply deduct the provision of bad debts from the debtors और टोटल अमाउंट नेट अमाउंट हमने अमाउंट कॉलम में लिख देना है. Sometimes the bad debt provisions are given in the trial balance. There are two things. There are two ways of setting up this particular transaction. Either you deduct the old provision from the bad debts and the new provision, or you write bad debt provision on the credit side of profit and loss account, because this is a provision which has been made in the previous year. Now it is not required. So if it is not required, earlier we have debited the profit and loss account, now we will be crediting the profit and loss account. So on the credit side of profit and loss account, we will be writing by bad debt provisions, and amount column will show the amount. Provision for discount on debtors. Now see, there are two cases. First, if it is given in trial balance. Case 2, if it is given outside the trial balance. Case 1, when provision for discount on debtors is given in the trial balance. If it is given in the trial balance, then it will be posted to the credit side of profit and loss account like this. There will be no entry in the balance sheet. But if it is given outside the trial balance, then the first entry will be from debtors. We will be deducting bad debts, and then we will be deducting provision for discount on debtors, and net balance will be posted on the amount column in the asset side. And the second entry, to give the second effect to this transaction, it will be, we will be debiting profit and loss account with the amount which is provided for discount on debtors. Commission payable on profit. If the language in the question is that manager is entitled to a commission of 5% on net profit, then let us suppose net profits are rupees 80,000. Manager's commission is 5%. Then we will be first calculating the amount of commission. It will be 80,000 into 5%. That means 80,000 multiplied by 5 upon 100. And the answer will be 4,000. These 4,000 rupees will be the manager's commission, and the net profit shown by profit and loss account will be 80,000 minus 4,000 equivalent to 76,000. So on the profit and loss account, in the debit side, we will be writing to manager's commission 4,000, to net profit 76,000. Commission payable on profit. If the language of the question says that manager is entitled to a commission of 5% on net profits after deducting such commission, इसका मतलब मैनेजर को हमने जो कमीशन देनी है नेट प्रॉफिट में कमीशन एडजस्ट करने के बाद 5% देनी है. तो इसकी कैलकुलेशन हम कैसे करेंगे? नेट प्रॉफिट्स रुपीज 80,000, मैनेजर्स कमीशन 5% ऑफ रुपीज 80,000 आफ्टर एडजस्टिंग दिस कमीशन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सपोज net profit are rupees 80,000, manager's commission is 5%, but after deducting such commission, then the formula which will be applied to calculate the commission will be net profit into rate of the commission divided by 100 plus rate of the commission, and answer will be 80,000 into 5 divided by 105. So the net commission payable to manager will be 3,810. So here the net profit as shown by profit and loss account will be 80,000 minus 3,810, and net result will be 76,190. So on the debit side of profit and loss account, we will be writing to manager's commission 3,810, to net profits 76,190. Now let us take one example. This is the trial balance in front of your screen, and we are going to prepare manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet out of these figures. This is the business position of Mr. B. First of all, we have B's capital, B's drawing, Mrs. B's loan. कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि पर्सन अपनी वाइफ से लोन लेके अपने बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट कर देता है. इन केस वो अपनी वाइफ से लोन लेता है तो उस लोन को हम कैसे अकाउंट फॉर करेंगे? मिसेस बीज लोन, एंड दिस लोन विल बी ट्रीटेड एज लाइबिलिटी ऑन द बिजनेस. As business is liable to return B's capital, so the business is liable to return Mrs. B's loan. Sundry creditor, cash in hand, cash in bank, sundry debtors, provision for bad debts, patents, plant and machinery, factory land and building, purchases of raw material 1408. 1408 means that this must be the opening balance of the raw material, work in process, finished goods, all the three are opening balances. अब देखिए, एक बिजनेस में जब हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्टिविटी शुरू करते हैं तो पहले हम रॉ मटेरियल लेके आते हैं, और ये ज़रूरी नहीं कि 31 मार्च तक पूरा का पूरा रॉ मटेरियल फिनिश हो जाए. तो जो रॉ मटेरियल फिनिश नहीं हुआ अभी, जो अभी बिकने के लायक नहीं हुआ, उसको हम कहते हैं वर्क इन प्रोसेस. So there are three types of inventories in the business: raw material, work in progress, and finished stock. Next item, carriage inward, wages, salaries of works manager, sundry factory expenses, factory light and power, royalties paid on sale. कभी हम जो गुड्स बेचते हैं उसके ऊपर हमें रॉयल्टी पे करनी होती है, तो जो रॉयल्टी हम गुड्स के ऊपर पे करते हैं वो रॉयल्टी हमारा इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंडिचर बन जाता है, बिकॉज द रॉयल्टीज आर पेड ऑन सेल्स. सेल्स करने के लिए हमें रॉयल्टी पे करनी पड़ी. देन सेल्स, it is given sales less returns. It means that these are the net sales. Advertising, office rent and insurance, printing and stationery, miscellaneous office expenses, carriage outward. Now see, there are two items, carriage inward and carriage outward. So what is carriage inward? Yes, as we have discussed earlier, carriage inward is the amount to be shown in the trading account. But when we are making manufacturing account, then carriage inwards needs to be shown in the manufacturing account, treating it as a direct expenditure. And carriage outward, being indirect expenditure, will be shown in profit and loss account. Then discount allowed, bad debts, office salaries and discount received. There are some sorts of additional information. The stock on 31/3/09 was as follows: raw material 14,000, work in progress 14,500, finished goods 58,000. So the stock which is lying with us on 31st March 09 will be treated as closing stock. Closing stock for raw material, closing stock for work in progress and closing stock for finished goods. Outstanding expenses. There are certain expenses which have been due but the business has not paid them yet. That is why there are outstanding expenditure. Outstanding expenses are with respect to factory light and power rupees 250, wages rupees 2,600, office salaries rupees 3,000. Another adjustment is provide for 5% on doubtful debt and 5% on discount on debtors. Depreciate building for 2%, plant and machinery for 7.5%, patents by 10%. Allow 10% interest on capital and salary to Mr. B amounting to rupees 12,000. Now the salary which is supposed to be paid to Mr. B is to be allocated 2/3 to the factory and 1/3 to the office. Now let us see how we prepare the final accounts on the basis of this information. So first of all, we will be starting with how the additional information will be processed while preparing the final accounts of the business. Now let us take it one by one. Outstanding factory light and power. The factory light and power gives you the figure 2,500 as shown by the trial balance, and outstanding expenses here is rupees 250. So what we are going to do? First of all, we will be adding the outstanding expenditure to the expenditure. So factory light and power being a direct expenditure, remember the formula of cost of goods sold. So factory light and power needs to be shown in manufacturing account. Here we will be adding outstanding expenditure in the manufacturing account only. So in the manufacturing account, on the debit side, we will be writing factory light and power rupees 2,500, add outstanding factory light and power rupees 250. And the second effect to this particular transaction will be shown in the balance sheet on the liability side. So on the liability side, we will be writing outstanding factory light and power because it is our liability. हमें इसको वापस करना है, तो जो चीज़ वापस करनी है वो हमारी लाइबिलिटी बन जाती है. तो बैलेंस शीट में जाकर लाइबिलिटी साइड पे अंडर करेंट लाइबिलिटीज वी विल बी राइटिंग outstanding factory light and power amount rupees 250. Similarly, in case of Outstanding wages, amount rupees 2600. Trial balance shows that wages were for rupees 27,000. So, first of all, we will be making manufacturing account. Under manufacturing account, on the debit side, treating wages as the direct expenditure, we will be writing wages 27,000, add outstanding wages 2,600. Now, what will be the second impact of this particular transaction? Guess what? Outstanding wages being our liability. So, the second effect will be on the liability side of the balance sheet. We will be writing outstanding wages. Amount will be rupees 2600. Now, let us take another adjustment. Outstanding office salaries amounting to rupees 3000. Now, look back to the trial balance and guess the amount of office salaries. Trial balance shows you that office salaries were 23,000 rupees. अब देखिए ऑफिस सैलरीज क्या है. ऑफिस सैलरीज डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंडिचर है या फिर इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंडिचर है, क्योंकि ये एक्सपेंस ऑफिस से रिलेटेड है जो कि आफ्टर सेल्स पिक्चर में आता है, सेल्स करने के वक्त पिक्चर में आता है. सो ऑफिस सैलरी विल बिकम द पार्ट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. सो हेयर ऑल्सो we will be showing office salary, add outstanding office salaries. So total amount which will be shown in the amount column will be 26,000 rupees. Now what will be the second impact of the transaction? Since outstanding office salaries are the liabilities, so it will be shown on the liability side of our balance sheet as outstanding office salaries. Amount which we will be showing is rupees 3000 because salaries are outstanding for rupees 3000 only. Now let us take another adjustment. Provide for 5% for doubtful debt and 5% for discount on debtor. इसका मतलब जो हमारे पास डेटर है उनमें से कुछ तो बैड है जो कि प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट ने हमें बता दिया, और हमारा पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस ये बोलता है कि कुछ डेट हमारे इस बार भी बैड हो जाएंगे. जब हमें पता है कि हमेशा की तरह इस बार भी कुछ डेट्स बैड हो सकते हैं तो हम उनके लिए पहले से ही प्रोविजन क्रिएट करते रहें. फिर हमें ये भी लगता है कि जब हम अपने डेटर से पैसा लेने जाते हैं तो वो हमें बोलते हैं कि कुछ हमें डिस्काउंट दे दो, यानी अगर किसी ने हमें 8,000 रुपीज़ पे करना होगा तो वो हमें 7,900 रुपीज़ पे करेगा और 100 रुपीज़ के लिए वो बोलेगा मैं आपको इतना ही पे करूँगा, 100 रुपये आप मुझे डिस्काउंट दे दो. सो वी हैव टू थिंग्स विद अस, provision for doubtful debts and provision for discount on debtors. Now let us see what will be the adjustment for this particular transaction. First of all, in the balance sheet, because we need to calculate the amounts also, we will check that what is the balance of debtors as per trial balance. तो ट्रायल बैलेंस हमें कहता है डेटर्स का अमाउंट 40,500 रुपीज है. अब डेटर्स 40,500 रुपीज, तो डाउटफुल डेट की प्रोविजन हमें कितना क्रिएट करना है? 5% ऑफ 40,500. So 5% of 40,500 will come to 2,025. कैसे? 40,500 multiplied by 5 divided by 100. Amount will become 2,025. तो डेटर्स में से जब हम बैड डेट्स लेस करते हैं या जब हम डाउटफुल डेट्स लेस करते हैं तो हमारे पास टोटल अमाउंट जो हमने डेटर से लेनी है वो बनती है 38,475. अब इन 38,475 में से कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं तकरीबन 5% जो हमें ये बोलेंगे कि हमने तो पूरी पेमेंट देने के लिए आपसे डिस्काउंट लेना है. अब डिस्काउंट लेना है मतलब 5% का हमें और लॉस होने का अंदेशा है. अभी लॉस हुआ नहीं है बट अंदेशा है. सो वी नीड टू प्रोवाइड फॉर प्रोविजन फॉर डिस्काउंट ऑन डेटर्स. तो इसलिए 38,475 रुपए का 5% आप कैलकुलेट कीजिए, यानी 38475 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 5 डिवाइडेड बाय 100 अमाउंट कम्स टू 1924. सो 38,475 में से 1924 जब आप लेस कर देंगे तो बैलेंस शीट की एसेट साइड पे टोटल डेटा आता है 36,551. अब देखिए इसका सेकंड इम्पैक्ट क्या होगा. सेकंड इफेक्ट, बिकॉज ये सब खर्चे हैं, एक्सपेंडिचर है, तो एज पर रूल नॉमिनल अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. सो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में ये खर्चे हम कैसे शो करने वाले हैं. सी, 2 बैड डेट्स. ट्रायल बैलेंस बोलता है 750 रुपए का बैड डेट है और पिछले साल जो हमने प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट क्रिएट किया था दैट वाज 1000 रुपीज. तो क्या होता है, बैड डेट में आप ऐड कर दीजिए नई प्रोविजंस और लेस कर दीजिए पुरानी प्रोविजन, या फिर पुरानी प्रोविजन को एडजस्ट करने का एक तरीका प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट के क्रेडिट साइड पे लिख दीजिए, जैसा कि हमने शुरू में डिस्कस किया. सो यहाँ पे प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट की डेबिट साइड पे जाकर हम लिखेंगे 2 बैड डेट्स ₹750, add new provision ₹225, add provision for discount ₹1924. इन सब का सम अप करके माइनस कर दीजिए 1000 द प्रोविजन विच इज ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग विच इज ओल्ड वन. सो 1000 लेस करके हमारे पास जो नेट फिगर बाहर निकलेगी प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट की डेबिट साइड पे वो होती है 3699 रुपीज. नेक्स्ट एडजस्टमेंट, डेप्रिशिएट प्लांट एंड मशीनरी फॉर 7.5%. इट मीन्स हमारा जो प्लांट एंड मशीनरी है उसको जब हमने यूज़ किया उसमें घिसावट होती है, तो हर साल हम उसकी वैल्यू 7.5% से रिड्यूस करते हैं. तो लेट अस सी द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ दिस एडजस्टमेंट इन द फाइनल अकाउंट्स. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, plant and machinery being an asset need to be shown on the asset side of balance sheet. तो चलिए देखें asset side पे हम क्या करेंगे. Plant and machinery 1,20,000 less depreciation. Amount with which the depreciation will take place will come to 1,20,000 multiplied by 7.5 divided by 100. That is 7.5% of 1,20,000. The resultant figure will be 9,000. In the amount column, we will be showing the balance 1,11,000. Now see the second impact of this adjustment in the final accounts. Depreciation on plant and machinery means plant and machinery is being used in the factory premises. So when it is used in the factory premises, the depreciation on plant and machinery needs to be shown in the manufacturing account. So on the debit of manufacturing account, we will be writing to depreciation plant and machinery amount rupees 9,000. Next adjustment, depreciate building for 2%. Now what is building? Building is our asset. So let us move to balance sheet. On the asset side, we will be writing building, factory land and building as per the trial balance. Amount is 1,06,000. The problem is we need to reduce the balance of factory land and building by 2%. So here the depreciation amount will become 1,06,000 multiplied by 2 divided by 100, amount rupees 2,120. And in the amount column, the resultant figure will be taken out. Now let us see the second impact of depreciate building. Building being a factory building, so we are using it for manufacturing activity. That is why we will be posting the amount of depreciation in the manufacturing account. So on the debit side of the manufacturing account, we will be writing to depreciation building amount rupees 2,120. Next adjustment, depreciate patents by 10%. Patents being our asset, on the balance sheet In the asset column, we will be writing patents. So patents amount rupees 2000 as shown by the trial balance. We need to depreciate them by 10%. Depreciate them means हमने patents की value reduce कर देनी है. कितने से? 10% से. तो कैसे निकालेंगे? 2000 multiply by 10 divided by 100, amount will be 200. So net amount which will be shown in the amount column of the balance sheet under the heading patents on the asset side, it will be 1800 rupees. Now see the second impact of this entry. Patents being the items used in manufacturing activity. So in the manufacturing account on the debit side, we will be writing to depreciation heading patents amount rupees 200. कितने से हमने पेटेंट्स को डेप्रिशिएट किया, वही अमाउंट हमने मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट में एज अ डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंडिचर शो कर देनी है. नेक्स्ट एडजस्टमेंट. अ सैलरी of 12,000 to Mr. B is supposed to be paid. The salary of Mr. B is to be allocated 2/3 to factory, 1/3 to office. अब मिस्टर बी क्योंकि वो फैक्ट्री में भी काम कर रहे हैं, वो ऑफिस को भी देख रहे हैं, तो नेट अमाउंट जो उनको हम 12,000 देते हैं, वो 12,000 हमने 2/3 हिस्सा फैक्ट्री में देना है, 1/3 हिस्सा हम उनके ऑफिस एक्सपेंडिचर काउंट करते हैं. So let us see the impact of this transaction. Now salary will be added to capital account because no salary item with respect to Mr. B is shown in the trial balance. इसका मतलब हमें इसकी दो एडजस्टमेंट्स करनी है. पहली एडजस्टमेंट कैपिटल अकाउंट में ऐड कर देंगे 12,000 रुपए एज अ सैलरी. अब दूसरी एडजस्टमेंट 2/3 हिस्सा 12,000 का यानी 12,000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 डिवाइडेड बाय 3 यानी 8,000 रुपीज जाएगा फैक्ट्री में और 12,000 का 1/3 हिस्सा यानी 4,000 रुपए जाएंगे ऑफिस में यानी प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में. चलिए देखिए कैसे. पहली एंट्री मूव करती है मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट में डेबिट साइड पे टू सैलरी 2/3 of 12,000 means 8,000 rupees. Similarly, in profit and loss account, to salary 1/3 of 12,000 means 4,000 rupees. तो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में 4,000 रुपए हमने डेबिट साइड पे शो कर दिए. नेक्स्ट एडजस्टमेंट. अलाउ 10% इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल. अब बिजनेस में जो कैपिटल मिस्टर बी ने इंट्रोड्यूस की, बिजनेस ने उस कैपिटल के ऊपर 10% इंटरेस्ट उनको दिया. सो कैपिटल उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस की थी 2,31,000 रुपए, 2,31,000 रुपीज. इसके ऊपर 10% इंटरेस्ट कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? 231,000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10 डिवाइडेड बाय 100 अमाउंट कम्स टू 23,100. So 23,100 rupees will be added to the capital. Now let us see what is the second impact of this adjustment. Now interest on capital being the expenditure of the business, indirect in nature because it is a finance expenditure. Do you remember the four heads of profit and loss account? Finance is one of those four heads. So this amount will be debited to profit and loss account against interest on capital. Amount 23,100 rupees. Now let us prepare manufacturing account. In front of your screen, you are having some information which is extracted from the trial balance in the second highlighted column. So from this information, we will be preparing manufacturing account. Now remember, there were three items in trial balance: raw material, work in process and finished goods. As per the factory is concerned, factory premises is concerned, we must be having raw material with us and some material will be in process. Rest of the goods which are finished one must have been moved to our office. So जो चीज़ें ऑफिस में चले गई हैं वो हम ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में शिफ्ट कर देंगे, जो चीज़ें अभी फैक्ट्री प्रेमिसेस में पड़ी हैं वो हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट में लिखेंगे. Remember COGS formula, cost of goods sold formula. It said that cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock, and resultant variable will be COGS. That COGS is supposed to be transferred to trading account for further processing of final accounts. So let us see how manufacturing account is prepared. We'll be starting with two work in process. This is the opening balance, debit side 12,000 rupees, to raw material 13,500 was the opening balance. ऐड कर दीजिए परचेजेस 1,35,000 की, तो टोटल हमारे पास रॉ मटेरियल का बना 1,48,500। इसमें से आप लेस कर दीजिए क्लोजिंग बैलेंस, जो फिगर्स ट्रायल बैलेंस के नीचे दी हुई थी, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक रॉ मटेरियल, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक फिनिश्ड गुड्स। तो फिनिश्ड गुड्स का हम यहाँ पे कंसीडर नहीं करेंगे, रॉ मटेरियल का क्लोजिंग स्टॉक रॉ मटेरियल में ही एडजस्ट कर देंगे, यानी कि ओपनिंग स्टॉक ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल प्लस परचेजेस ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल माइनस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल 14,000 माइनस कर दीजिए, बैलेंस ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल कम्स टू 1,34,500. So on the credit side, closing balance of work in progress 14,500. Now let us take some more items which affect manufacturing account, like carriage inward, wages, salary of works manager, sundry factory expenses, factory lights and power. From the adjustment, we have seen that there were some adjustment which impact these accounts. The adjustments were outstanding expenses were factory light and power rupees 250, wages rupees 2,600, office salaries rupees 3,000. So now we will be entering these transactions along with the adjustments which we have solved earlier also in the manufacturing account. On the debit side, all the expenditures will be allocated. So to carriage inward 1100, no adjustment to this impact, simply write 1100 in the amount column. To wages 27,000, as we have done earlier, outstanding expenses were added to the wages. Similarly, add outstanding expenditure here 2,600, total amount will become 29,600. Two salaries of works manager 15,600, no adjustment, so simply writing 15,600. Two sundry factory expenses 3,400, again no adjustment. Next item, two factory light and power 2,500, yes, there is one adjustment. Outstanding factory light and power 250, that needs to be added as we have done earlier. So amount which will be shown in the amount column will be 2,750. Continuing with the same manufacturing account, let us extract some figures from the trial balance. Other figures which we have seen which were present in the trial balance and which have the impact on manufacturing account were depreciation on building, plant and machinery and patents. So here in front of your screen you must be seeing some calculation portions which we have discussed earlier. This is for the sake of taking the amount from the calculations, the amount which will be registered in the manufacturing account. So on the debit side, we will be writing the heading to depreciation, and under depreciation, three depreciations which we have made in this particular year, that is patents 200, plant and machinery 900, factory land and building 2,120. Summing the three depreciation, the total depreciation which was charged in the year 2008 and 9 comes to 11,320. Now taking some other figures, in adjustment there was one entry that Mr. B was entitled to a salary of 12,000 and 2/3 of the salary will be allocated to factory, 1/3 to the office. So the factory allocated salary will be transferred to manufacturing account as we have discussed earlier. So we will be writing on the debit side to salary 2/3 into 12,000 amounting to rupees 8,000. Now let us club the whole of the information which we have studied and let us prepare the manufacturing account. So this is the manufacturing account in front of your screen. I have done nothing, just taken the information which we have discussed earlier, placing the information in the manufacturing account as such. This is the full-fledged manufacturing account which we have prepared in our previous slides. So here, by balancing this account, it was observed that credit side was short by 2,03,770 rupees. This amount is known as cost of goods sold. So here what we have done, opening balances plus direct expenditure minus closing balances, cost of goods sold comes to 2,03,770, which will be transferred to trading account. Now let us see how this information will be transferred. On your screen you can see manufacturing account and trading account. We will be transferring cost of goods sold from the manufacturing to the trading account. देखिए कैसे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के क्रेडिट साइड से इंफॉर्मेशन उठाई और ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट के डेबिट साइड पे वही इंफॉर्मेशन डाल दी. सो कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड को हमने ट्रांसफर कर दिया. ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट की शुरुआत हम करेंगे कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड से. नाउ लेट अस एक्सट्रैक्ट some of the information from the trial balance so that we can prepare trading account. The information which is extracted is finished goods which was given in the trial balance 48,000. It means that this must be the opening balance of the finished good, opening balance which was there when the year was started. Amount rupees 48,000. So if it is an opening balance, we need to debit the trading account. So amount which we will be writing is 48,000 against the head to opening stock. So to cost of goods sold which was extracted from the manufacturing account. By sales, the figure for sales was already adjusted with the returns. So here the sales are net sales, simply picking the amount from the trial balance and loading it on the trading account. The amount 2,98,485. And at the end of the trial balance there was closing stock. Closing stock for finished goods, because closing stock for raw material and closing stock for work in process were already adjusted in manufacturing account. Finished goods closing stock will be posted on the credit side of trading account 58,000. Now let us balance the trading account. Credit total comes to 3,56,485. From 3,56,485 we will deduct opening stock, cost of goods sold, and we observed that there was shortfall in the debit side amounting to rupees 1,04,715. This 1,04,715 comes to gross profit, and this gross profit will be carried down and will be posted to the profit and loss account. Now let us see how we will be posting this gross profit to the profit and loss account. In front of your screen you have trading account and profit and loss account. So simply taking GP carried down from the debit side of the trading account and posting it on the credit side of profit and loss account, we have posted the figure of gross profit to the profit and loss account. So now let us extract some of the information and start preparing profit and loss account. The information which was extracted from the trial balance is royalty paid on sales 2,985, advertising 3,000, office rent and insurance 4,800, printing and stationery, miscellaneous office expenditure, discount received. Now all those informations which are expenditure in nature will be debited to profit and loss account, and the information which is income in nature or gains in nature will be credited to profit and loss account. So on the debit side, let us take the information one by one. Royalties, being the expenditure of the business, will be debited 2,985. Advertising, being the expenditure, office rent and insurance the expenditure, printing and stationery again the expenditure, Miscellaneous office expenses are the expenses only 5,800. So all these amounts will be posted on the debit side of profit and loss account. Now see, discount received is the only item in this information which is the income of the business. And as per the rule of nominal accounts, income needs to be credited. So here in profit and loss account, we are crediting the income, that is discount received, and amount rupees 1,100. Now let us extract some more information. Carriage outward, discount allowed. Both the informations were having no adjustment entry, so simply carriage outward, again the expenditure of the business needs to be debit. Discount allowed, also the expenditure of the business needs to be debited. So we have written on the debit side of profit and loss account to carriage outward rupees 600, to discount allowed rupees 1,400. Now let us extract some more information. There was provision for bad debts 1000, bad debt 750, and from adjustment we have seen that there was an adjustment which stated that business need to provide for 5% on doubtful debts and 5% on discount on debtors. The entries we have already discussed when we have discussed the adjustment entries. So on the profit and loss account, on the debit side, we will be writing to bad debt 750, add new provision, add provision for discount, less existing provision. Existing provision is a provision which was written inside the ट्रायल बैलेंस, जो ट्रायल बैलेंस के अंदर दी हुई थी. सो अंदर दी हुई थी, सो उसको हमने बैड डेट्स में से लेस कर दिया. रिजल्टेंट अमाउंट इज 3,699. This is a picture of overall profit and loss account which we have prepared in various stages. Now let us analyze what are the net profits of the business. Net profit amounting to rupees 29,431. From this profit and loss account, let us start preparing balance sheet. But before we move to balance sheet, the one figure which needs to be extracted from profit and loss account and needs to be posted to balance sheet is the net profit carried down. The net profit that is to be carried down from the profit and loss account is 29,431 rupees. This 29,431 rupees will be added to the capital of the proprietor in the balance sheet. Now do you remember that there are two orders of preparing balance sheet? One is the liquidity order and second one is the permanency order. Here we are going to follow the liquidity order. Under liquidity order, the most liquid asset and the most urgent liabilities are to be stated at the top, and it will be followed by the fixed asset on the asset side and the long-term liabilities on the liabilities side. So we are moving according to Indians and British style of preparing balance sheet, that is liabilities on the left side and assets on the right side. So let us extract some of the figures from the trial balance. First is sundry creditors 45,000, placing it on the liability side as it is the liability of the business. Outstanding expenses. You remember in adjustment there were three outstanding expenses. So we have clubbed all the three outstanding expenses here and net figure comes out 5,850. Mrs. B loan, as I have explained earlier, Mrs. B loan is the liability on the business. So here we have entered Mrs. B loan on the liability side amounting to rupees 14,000. Now let us move to the capital. Capital account as stated by the trial balance comes to 2,31,000. In the adjustment, there was one adjustment that we need to provide 10% interest on the capital. And when we solved the adjustment, what we did? We added up the interest on capital to the capital account. So here again, we will be adding up interest on capital to the capital account amounting to rupees 23,100. Then again it was mentioned in adjustment that 12,000 rupees needed to be paid as a salary to Mr. B. So this 12,000 rupees will be added to the capital again, and from the net profit and loss account we have extracted the figure net profits. These are the net profits which Mr. B has earned over a time span of 1 year, amounting to rupees 29,431. From trial balance there was a figure drawings. मिस्टर बी ने अपने बिजनेस में से कुछ ड्राइंग्स, कुछ गुड्स या कुछ कैश विड्रॉ कराया होगा. टोटल ड्राइंग्स बनती थी 16,400 रुपए. सो कैपिटल की चारों आइटम्स को ऐड करके, कौन कौन सी चार आइटम्स? कैपिटल, इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल, सैलरीज, नेट प्रॉफिट, इन सब को ऐड करके ड्राइंग्स की अमाउंट इसमें से लेस कर देंगे और अमाउंट कॉलम में हम नेट फिगर लिखेंगे, दैट इज 2,79,131. Now let us move to the asset side. In the assets, we will be starting with the liquidity, the most liquid asset, cash in hand. Cash in hand 250. From trial balance, extracting another figures like cash at bank 4,000, debtors 40,500, making all the adjustments which we have discussed earlier like doubtful debts, provision for discount on debtors, both need to be subtracted from the debtor, and net figure which will come in the amount column is 36,551. Now, adjustment entry showed that there was a closing stock for raw material, closing stock for work in process and for finished goods. Here we need to write the closing stock for all the three types of inventories, as we have discussed earlier when we were solving the adjustment entries. So net closing stock lying with the business is 86,500 rupees, which is shown in the amount column of the asset side of the balance sheet. इसके बाद एडजस्टमेंट्स में 3 डेप्रिसिएशन हमने कैलकुलेट की, वो भी हमने पहले डिस्कस कर ली. यहाँ पे हम सिंपली उनके बैलेंसेस उठाएंगे. पेटेंट्स लेस डेप्रिसिएशन 1800, प्लांट एंड मशीनरी लेस डेप्रिसिएशन 1,11,000, फैक्ट्री लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग लेस डेप्रिसिएशन 1,03,880. So balancing both the sides of the balance sheet, that is liability side and the asset side, we observed that liabilities were equivalent to asset with the amount 3,43,981. So this was all about the balance sheet, the manufacturing account, trading account and profit and loss account of a manufacturing concern. Now let us suppose we are to make trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet only. We are not interested in preparing manufacturing account as it is not required in some cases. So when we are to prepare trading account, with the same example, we are not preparing manufacturing account, then whole of the manufacturing entries and that of trading entries will be posted to single trading account. Rest profit and loss account and balance sheet are going to be remain the same. Effect of adjustments will be same, where earlier we have written manufacturing account, this time we will be writing trading account. See how. I am giving in front of your screen the figures which we have discussed earlier also, and the additional information again already discussed. There will be no change in case of the solution of the adjustments. Simply we are clubbing manufacturing account with the trading account and the results will be same. For example, earlier we have written opening stock in the trading account. Now again in the trading account only we will be writing to opening stock by sales by closing stock of finished good. Earlier we have written to work in progress in the manufacturing account, but here we will be transferring that information. We are not going to prepare manufacturing account. We are starting with trading account only. To work in progress, to raw material, patent, depreciation on patent, plant and machinery, factory land and building, carriage inward, adjusted wages, adjusted salaries, sundry factory expenses, adjusted factory light, salary of Mr. B, all will be posted in the trading account. And on the credit side, we will be having closing stock of finished goods, closing stock of work in progress, closing stock of raw material which is already adjusted in the debit side. So Clubbing both the accounts, the gross profit, the resultant gross profit will remain same, that is 1,04,715. This gross profit figure will be transferred to net profit as we have done earlier. So there will be no change in profit and loss account, no change in balance sheet, and resultant variables will be same. The only change which we have made, when we are not making manufacturing account, we are simply entering the opening balances, all the direct expenses and the closing balances in the trading account only. So I hope we all are clear with making of trading account, manufacturing account, balance sheet in case of sole proprietor for both types of concerns, that is trading concerns and manufacturing concerns.